And we're live. Welcome to another episode of Sleazy Sport. And today I'm joined by the homie Luando. How's it, King?
What's good, bro?
I know nothing much. Can't complain, bro. Hey, it's let's first start off by
Actually,
you
last
know
week.
yeah. I was about to say because I feel like we didn't get the opportunity to discuss this, bro. Not
Yeah,
even via WhatsApp, bro. But yeah, man. What was your take last week, King?
bro, I had thrown in the towel.
At which minute, bro?
Yeah, same. 60th minute again. I was just like, there's no chance.
Dude.
There's no chance. Everything was pointing to a loss again. And these dudes just dug themselves out of a hole. Obviously, it coincided with our bench, with our substitutions, which makes
Mhm.
sense. And the conditions were just bad, bro, bad. Like you saw. So yeah, like it was another week similar to the game against France, um,
Yeah.
where we were just caught. But the difference is against France we were hanging around, right? We
Yeah.
we were there. The game was in within reach. You always felt like the game was in reach, even though we were under a lot of pressure. We were never too far off. But this one, the scoreboard pressure was something different.
True,
Because
bro.
it was like 12-6 at some point for a while, for a long time. And then it became 15-6, which was crazy. So I think when we actually hit the job goal, I was like, oh shit, yeah, it doesn't look too good. A
Eish,
friend of mine actually called while I think at that point and was like, "Is this how we're really going out?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is how we're going out,"
dog.
because it was nothing was looking good. I don't
Yo,
know. And then, funny enough, one of my other friends I was watching with was like, "Dude, just have some faith. We will pull through."
yeah.
And we really
Eish.
did, bro. I was yeah. Last week was a roller coaster. I can't believe that we came out of that one because, again, England had the game plan to a T.
Mm,
The fact you could see from their style of play, they probably did factor in the weather more than we did
mm,
because I don't think we saw that coming. And that's probably why that substitution for Money came in so early in the 30th
yeah.
minute because, you know, the style of play was had to change. The game plan had to change. And you could see the game plan was evolving as and when they were realizing, oh shit, like we in a corner here. We need to make things happen for us, you know. But shit, man, England had a credit to England. They were executing properly, but again, that bench. John Smith said, like I think, yeah, in an interview earlier this week or today, actually, like we actually look unlike soccer or any other sport, rugby you look forward to our bench, right? In most
Yeah.
benches for rugby teams, no one's like thinking, shit, what's the bench gonna do? It's all about the starting lineup. Whereas now it's gotten to a point where whether by we've designed it that way, which I believe we have, or by
Mm,
fluke, where it's kind of evolved that way. Not fluke, but it's kind of evolved that way that we actually rely on our bench and we expect them to play just as well as the starters. That's the biggest advantage compared to any other team. And I don't think any other team has that because also it's a mindset thing because most players want to start. They don't have that thing of I need to come off the bench and make an impact and change the game and win the game. It's nothing. It's one thing coming on and changing, but winning the game is, yeah. And I think we've got that to a T, bro. Like so, again, we go into this week expecting a lot from that bench because you
mm.
saw how we picked.
Yeah. Yeah, no, indeed. And you are right. As far as the bench is concerned, bro, the bench came through. Because even when Eben went off, a lot of people, especially the guys who I was with, they were panicking. And I told them, guys, you know what? I'm nervous, I'm scared, but there's just this thing that the Boks have, bro, especially when we're playing against uh the teams from the northern hemisphere. Of
Yeah,
course, if this was New Zealand, it would have been a different ball game, or
yeah,
prime
yeah, yeah.
Australia. But the teams from the north, we just, especially in knockout rugby, we just know how to win against them, bro. We really know how to. And credit goes out to what is this for for our bench players to come in and as well to be very clinical, bro. Because conditions as well, bro. Hey, conditions weren't
They
favorable
were
for us.
bad.
Even here in SA, rugby is a winter sport, and in winter usually there's no rain. And even when you look
Mm.
at the rugby championship, it's rare to find a game between us and the other three countries where it's raining. It's very
Yeah,
very
true.
rare. To be fair, I've never witnessed that in a long time because
Long
during that
time,
period
true.
of the
It's been a
time
long
of the
time.
and exactly during that period of the year, it's very dry in the southern hemisphere, bro. So for me, um, I was, worried at first, especially with the unforced errors, because we were making unforced errors. It's not like England were forcing us to make any of the errors that we were making. And
Mm.
Mbonambi as well. Like, bro, Mbonambi's throwing skew balls since when, dog? Like, since when, fam? But of course, man, we ended up coming through and delivering in the last 12 minutes because the first 68 minutes, it was all England. They had their strategy on point. It's just that to a certain extent, bro, when you are leading, it's also quite dangerous, bro. You tend to be a bit complacent as a team.
Mm.
You think that it's all, especially when Farrell sunk that drop goal, bro. They thought that they had us, bro. They really did. They really
They
believed
really
that they
did.
did. Yeah, they really
I thought so
believed that
too,
they
bro.
did.
I thought
Yeah,
so too. Because that
no,
was
but
such a
yeah,
not a spur of the moment, but if you look at how he kicked that,
yeah,
it was almost like a snap kick. Like it
yeah,
wasn't just
dude.
like how it wasn't a build up of play and him standing in
Yeah,
front of like 2 meters back and expecting the kick. He just was like on the spot. Let me go for it, and then he went. I was like, yo, we getting
hey, dude.
cooked,
And as well, the distance as well. This guy was like 45 meters away from goal when he took that
literally,
kick, bro. So that's
literally.
another thing that also, like, I was shocked and amazed more than anything because I feel like O'Farrell did not deserve to lose that game. I mean, I feel like he didn't deserve to lose that game
He would have been the hero.
yeah,
He would have been
yeah,
the
he would
hero
have
if they
gotten
won.
yeah, he would have got knighted, he would have got knighted like how Johnny Wilkinson got knighted. But
Exactly.
yeah, bro, like credible. Like it just shows the character that this team has, bro. I mean, we're not the reigning champions for
For
nothing, bro. We
nothing.
actually are the real deal, bro. And hopefully this weekend, Sia can just make history for us. I mean, New Zealand have done it before because I feel like they've done it before, and it's high time that we also replicate what they've accomplished. I mean, they started
Mm.
by winning they were the first team to first country to win the Rugby World Cup, followed by Australia. Then it was us. So they were the first to repeat. Nati, it's high time that we also follow suit. We also repeat, bro. So
Yeah,
yeah, man.
definitely.
Do you want us to just segue to the weekend game?
To this weekend game, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Let me just share my screen, bro. Please bear with me.
No
Just
problem.
wanted to share the squad, and then we can just dive into it and discuss Mobuti how we're gonna fare with this team. Yeah, not sure if you can see. Can you see
Yeah, I
properly
can
there on
see
your
that.
end?
I can see that.
Yeah.
Sucks.
So, hey, man. So we went with a 7-1 split, bro. Like on your end, I mean, the last time we played them was the 7-1 or 6-2
It
when we
was
played them.
7-1.
You see what I'm saying? So,
It was seven
when
one, and I think
yeah,
considering how last week went, and I'm
mm,
expecting, and everyone's expecting the same weather conditions.
yeah,
It just makes sense for me. Conditions just make sense for us to start this starting lineup and have that
mm,
kind of bench. Like you can't, and it's a one-off game. It's not like you're playing for a feeler or testing out. Like you need to go with your strengths and execute them to the best of your capabilities, like at a high level. You can't be asking guys to try things I haven't tried before. It's a once off game again. Like it's it is what it is. You don't want to leave any doubt after you come off the field whether should you have done this? Should we have played to our strengths? Should we have? And this is our strength. This is our bread and butter. Like, we I mean, what's the name? Pollard has been there. He's seen this. He
Yeah,
knows what this game feels like. So has Faf. There's a reason
yeah,
why these guys are starting. It's going to be a close and tight game. I'm expecting, right? And
yeah,
at that point, you can't be in a situation again. It's a once-off game. You can't be in a situation where you're doubting whether to go for poles or go for the corner because you don't not sure about the kicker. You know, um, you just want points at this point. Like scoreboard pressure is gonna be the biggest factor
yo,
uh, in this game. It creates pressure. It just does a thing. It does its thing, right? So when the penalty comes, trust me. Whether if it's 60 meters, 55 meters, we're going for poles.
100%,
You
100%,
know,
and
we
we have someone who we can trust. Yeah,
exactly, exactly. So I'm personally happy with this team. I know there was people asking for Oxenjay to start, but I
yeah,
perfectly feel it's fine the way he's coming on in the 60th minute, 65th minute. We need that energy,
mm,
especially to give our guys that extra push towards the end of the game because our forwards really do a lot of are going to be expected to do a lot of work for us as they did last week. So come that time, they're going to be tired. Um, you touch wood obviously and pray that none of your backline players get injured. And I mean, I foresee these guys up until probably the 65th minute. Vili will only come on then 65th minute, right?
yeah,
I I don't like you expect those guys to play throughout the game and without any hiccups in the backline players. So yeah, those two changes make sense. That bench makes sense for me. Again, we're playing to our strength, which is what you want in the final. You you do what you've tried, you do what you believe in, and you lean on it. I
yeah.
don't know how New Zealand. A good big question though is how New Zealand is going to obviously try counter this because I know they are thinking team who will try definitely do something. Um, if it
100%.
rains, the most obvious answer is for them to run
I
us
was,
to run, and make our
yeah,
forwards tired quickly. But if it
yeah,
rains, I they must forget trying that. It's slow. The conditions just slow everything down.
they
You can
do.
be as
And
good
as
as yeah.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Sorry to jump in there. And as well, apparently it is gonna rain.
Yeah.
It's gonna pretty much be like during the Noah's Ark
Mm,
era. It's gonna be pouring. So
yeah.
for us, Fab is sorry, not Fab. Fab and Andre are used to playing in such conditions because they play in England, right?
Yeah.
So they're fully aware of how to approach a game during such conditions. And um, with New Zealand, I'm not too sure if New Zealand are good in the rain because, of course, in the World Cup, yes, we did see them play, but of course, they didn't play against stiff oppositions. Even when they played Ireland, it wasn't raining during that period.
Mm,
Even when they played France, it was also not raining. And so those are the two tough teams that I feel like gave New Zealand a run for their money in any way. So for me, it's going to be very interesting to see how they will cope with conditions. And where do you think the game will be won for us, in your opinion, during?
bro.
Mm,
Honestly, there's certain key players that we need to have. We need them to have big games. In
yeah,
particular, Sia, Eben
yeah,
need to and Dialindi need to pull
yeah,
through.
yeah, yeah.
Um, they set the tone, those guys.
Mm,
And I think, again, going back to the conditions and us executing our game plan, those guys need to pull through, whether it's in defense or us in attack. I think they just will dictate the tempo and the energy that we start with. I don't think Sia's played. solid games throughout the World Cup, but I don't think he's had that one standout game, unlike
Yeah,
Eben or Aaron. And I think he's primed for one this weekend. Um, he is someone who's big, who's always up for the big occasions and won't shy away from that. And I think he will have a big game. Um,
yeah,
Eben, obviously, set piece wise as well. Obviously, enforcing the tone as well up front. And then Dylan, the same thing. It's no different. I think within those positions, those are the guys who are gonna, you know, we need to see it pull through for us to win. And those are the guys who will dictate or how well we execute our game plan. I'm not too worried about the changes we've made at halfback. Those
yeah.
guys have been there, bro. Those guys pulled through for the past 2 weekends when we needed them most coming off the bench. Like for me, that tells me something. Like they good, they solid. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a game of very small margins. The least mistakes we make, the better. And
Yeah.
if we fall behind early, we
Ish,
just
dude.
yeah we need to stay calm. We need to stay
And
calm. Hopefully not, we don't do that, but the least
mm,
mistakes we make, the better. And I think it's a for both teams,
yeah,
it's going to be one about with who executes the best. Like
yeah,
being patient
uh,
in defense is probably going to be the most critical thing this weekend.
yeah, yeah. But you know what I also think, bro? When you
Mm,
look at South Africa's last two W's against New Zealand, we had a very, very strong start. I mean, I think, yeah, the last time we beat them in the rugby championship was when we played them at Mbombela. That
yeah.
game, we were on fire from
Yep.
kickoff. We were on the front foot and we dominated uh, territory. At
Mm,
Twickenham, it was the exact same outcome.
exact
When we
same.
start well, we do well. And I feel that it's very crucial that
We start
we
well.
hit yeah, we hit the ground running and we put them under pressure from jump.
Yeah.
We can't afford to start the way we've always been starting in this tournament.
No,
I
we
feel like
can't.
in
Not
this
against New
tournament,
Zealand.
yeah, in this tournament we haven't had great starts. We've been playing catch up for majority of the games, especially the French and England game. We were playing
Mm,
catch up for those fixtures.
mm.
Against New Zealand, we can't afford to do that. We have
No, we
to
can't, bro.
ensure that we put the foot on the accelerator. N1 settings, when you're on the N1,
Yeah.
free flowing, we need to ensure that we do that in order for us to win. Because for me, that's where I'm gonna focus on the first 10 to
10
15
minutes.
minutes.
Yeah.
And if I see that we are on the front foot and we are converting every time we're in their half, I will be more confident that we'll get the W. But if
Yeah.
the polar opposite occurs, that's when I will be a bit more nervous and you know, ish man, I don't know what to do, bro. I think I'll
Yeah.
most probably panic if we don't hit the ground running there.
Yeah, I
So
get
yeah,
you. No,
man.
I
Yeah,
completely agree. And again, it goes back to this thing of it's
mm,
literally one game. There's
yeah,
nothing you're holding back for, right? If you
yeah,
don't start the game well, you putting yourself in trouble from the onset. It's
yeah,
it's a it's a no-brainer. It's a no one no both those or our players know, well, our
mm,
forwards know. They're gonna come off in the second half. Seven of them
yeah,
are going to come off for those seven on the bench. So play the biggest 40 minutes of your lives from the
mm,
jump. It's simple. Um, you know,
mm,
like even for, and you might say, yeah, even for the opposition, they can plan against that. But at the end of the day, if you're controlling the game and you enforcing the game, as much as the opposition has planned, there's nothing they can do about it.
mm.
So yeah, it's very critical for us to start off well. I completely agree with you. We can't chase the game in this match. Like we
We
can't.
can't, bro. We
We
can't
can't,
afford
bro.
to, bro. And as well, we also need to keep our our winning run in finals. I mean, we've never lost a World Cup final ever in our
Yeah.
history. We've been to three and we've won all three. I just think that we need to just continue with this fine streak of winning. And to be fair with you, it's I'm not a type of person, especially when it's knockout rugby. I'm not a person who's gonna be very hypocritical in how we win. As long as we get over the hump, bro. Like that's just what needs to happen. G.
That's all that needs
It's
to happen,
us.
bro.
Yeah, it's us just getting over the hump, and after doing that, then we know that we are we celebrate as a nation.
Yeah.
So another question I had for you, man, is what's this? When oh, I lost my trail of thought there. It's with regards to South Africa, right?
Yeah.
And of course us not having defended the title, right? If we do win the title, does this mean that Usia will be the greatest captain of all time for our country, or is there still someone who you see is ahead of him?
There's no one. There wouldn't be. There's no
Yes,
one. Because up until this point,
yeah,
no one can say they've been to two finals.
yeah, one hundred
No
percent,
captain can say they've captained at two finals, for one, because
yeah,
we've never lost a final.
yeah,
There wouldn't be a better captain, even if we lose. Do you
hundred
get me?
percent, man.
Even if
Yeah,
we
yeah,
lose, there
yeah,
would not be a better captain. Like I do not envy the person who's going to captain the Springboks after this guy,
yeah,
because it's not going to be an easy job. It's not going to be an easy, uh, you know, trail to follow, or to supersede, or even to match. Not even, never mind supersede, to match alone. Like, even if we
yeah.
lose, this group of players has been so good for a very long
Mm-hmm.
time. And even in the losses, I mean, Rassi said, guys, you're not going to be remembered about the games in between the World Cups. You're going to be remembered for your World Cup wins. Even,
Hundred
but even
percent.
in, even in between the World Cups, you never felt where that where when we did lose, we were horrible or we were bad or shit, we've fallen off, you know. But in past eras, you've always felt after a World Cup, we're not winning the next one. We didn't have a situation where we go into the next World Cup after winning it and saying, "Oh, we definitely gonna challenge for this one that's coming up." So this group of players has done something so amazing to be consistent and to build on what they've started, like literally 18 months before the previous World Cup in 2019, and to be captained by probably easily our best captain ever. So I don't think anyone's gonna better this group of players for a while. And the only way they're gonna better it is by winning World Cups, which
Hundred
is a
percent.
tough ask, bro. It's a tough ask,
Yeah,
but the standard is set. That's why I'm saying I do not envy whoever is coming after this
yeah.
group of players, who's going to captain after Sia, who's going to coach after uh, Jacques.
Rassi, Jacques,
And
yeah, Jacques,
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
Rassi will at least stay around, but it's going to be
yeah,
a tough task. Like the players and the players coming through are going to be good. Like that's never a doubt in South Africa. But Sia
yeah,
and the squad have been great. I don't know how you
yeah.
feel.
No. You've said a mouthful, bro. You really have said a mouthful. These guys have been incredible. Even taking it back, British and Irish Lions tour, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, man, we did it. During COVID, it would have been nice if there were fans allowed at the stadium, but
Yeah.
we did it.
Sure.
We won, and it just shows you that from from him representing our country, he's delivered. He's delivered at the highest level.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then,
Definitely.
bro, did you see the awards, bro? The top four players.
I
Um,
saw.
Hey man, how
So
do
you've
you
got
feel about
Kieran
how,
Reid. I mean, not Kieran Reid. You've got
I'll quickly share my screen, bro.
what's
Just
this
yeah,
guy? Why am I
I
saying Kieran Reid? He plays in the same
yeah,
position as Kieran Reid.
if
Savia,
man.
yeah,
Yeah, Adi Sevilla. You got
Adi
Adi
Savia,
Sevilla, Eben, it's a
um,
bit Antoine Dupont,
Bandi Aki.
and yeah, Bandiaki. Yeah,
I
dude.
saw someone saying it's going to be decided by who wins
The World Cup final.
the World Cup. But my feeling is, bro, if South Africa win, Eben is taking that award.
Yeah.
If South Africa don't win, it's Antoine Dupont.
Oh yeah, not Adi.
Ah, look, I love
Yeah,
Adi, and he had a great semi-final. I mean, a
yeah,
quarterfinal. Look, he was
yeah, it did.
amazing. He was
Yeah,
amazing
true.
in the quarters. But even Bundy's he's had a great season.
Hmm.
I'll give it to him. But if Eben performs and South Africa wins, it's him. It's my
Yeah.
feeling. It should be. But come on, Dupont, bro, yo,
I have to point us up there, bro. Even
oh,
Brian Abana. Brian Abana
yo,
rates homie. Yo, he rates him highly, dog. He
yo,
rates him
he's good, bro.
highly, dude.
He's
He
good,
is,
bro.
dude.
No,
He is
he's
very
good.
tricky. And it's how it's how quick he is, bro. He's
Yes,
very
his
quick at releasing the ball, and
decision
he
making.
decision making, very fast, very alert, and he hardly makes any mistakes, bro. Hardly when he has possession. Yeah,
Easily him. If it's not Eben for
yeah,
me,
no, big time, bro. I fully concur, bro. I rate DuPont, and of course, Eben Injaye game is, he's only 31, but he's very experienced for
yeah,
his age. Very experienced,
easily,
he's got a
yeah.
lot of caps under his belt, and yeah, man. And speaking even of Eben, like the lineup, bro. How did you feel about the lineouts against England, bro? I know we're segueing a bit, but yeah, it just came to mind now. Like, how did you feel about the lineouts? Because bro, I was a bit
It
concerned.
was a mess,
Yeah.
and I think
Did
again it goes back to how
mm,
so shocked we looked, and
mm,
at some stages, and then we just made stupid mistakes.
mm,
Again, like England did a good job of disrupting our lineout.
yeah,
Um, Funny enough, only up I can't remember a lineout where I was like that was convincing up until the second half, and the one that led to our try.
yeah, yeah,
But they in the first half they disrupted everything, man. We couldn't even get like, and when you're not getting front foot ball from your set pieces,
yeah.
you're gonna struggle. You're gonna struggle.
Yes.
So I think again the conditions obviously weren't great.
Ish, dude.
You need to prepare for that, and I think coming into this week we'll be better prepared for how the style of play that's required to win and what it's going to take. If you compare this semi-final to the one we played against Wales,
Yeah,
it was boring, but we did what we needed to do
to get over. Yeah.
to get over, and our game plan was spot on. Like in that semi-final, it was a you never felt sure there was moments where you're like, shit, it's a close game, but you never felt what like the game was running away from us. In this one, we couldn't execute properly, and the game probably needed it's the same game plan we had in that game, which we obviously executed in the second half, but still it was yeah I think they'll definitely improve the set piece this week. Scrums were great, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously in the second half Ox was like, yo, he
Ox,
won us
bro,
the
was
game.
like, yeah, and he even got a what again? I saw Woolies gave him an endorsement deal for cakes because I
He
need to eat
deserves
that.
it, bro. He deserves
They gave him a year's worth of cakes there at Woolies,
he
man.
deserves
So
it.
yeah, I know he came through, bro. He came through. And as well, when you look at Ox, you wouldn't think that he has that much power because of how he's built. He's not
Yeah,
really muscular, you know, yet, he's got a lot of power
it's not
in
obvious
his
strength, it's not obvious
engagements.
like bulging
Mm.
muscles, but like he's strong, bro.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
strong. He's
He's very
strong.
strong.
Flipping strong.
And yeah, no, and he is very solid, especially from a scrum standpoint. That's just where he gives me beast vibes. Remember how
Yeah.
Beast was as well. Beast used to be very, very important. Like he was very important when it came to scrum time, bro. And yeah, King.
You think
Yep.
New Zealand will be able to prepare for that second half in terms of their pack?
The thing is that with New Zealand, they're a team that are their strength lies in the back line. They play a lot of
Mm.
running rugby. And if it's gonna pour, considering I've been watching other, of course, content creators, especially those that are based that side in France. A lot of
Mm.
them said that from a weather report standpoint, it's gonna be pouring. So that means that they won't be able to play the running game that they usually do. Because now our issue mostly is we 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 we're very slow in the rucks. We're very slow. We're
Mm.
not as fast as your New Zealands or your Frances or your
An
Irelands of
island.
this world.
Mm.
And so once the game slows down to our pace, that's when we become alive. That's when we play our game, and a game that is it's pretty much old school rugby per se. Nothing
Yeah.
fancy. Just us focusing on the fundamentals. I think that's our nickname. With the fundamentals. The fundamentals.
Fundamentals. Yeah.
Just focus on the fundamentals mostly. And so New Zealand, I'm just trying to think right now. Of course, line out time, Brody Retallick, Sam Whitelock, who's been playing since I don't know how long. Sam Whitelock since I'm sure since the
Since
2000. I'm sure he
forever,
played
bro.
in 2003, dog. I'm sure he played in
Since
2003.
forever.
Yeah, he's been playing for such a long time. He's got over
Yeah.
150.
3 World Cups under his belt.
Listen to that, bro. So it's 2011, 15, 19. Is this the fourth one? Was yeah, I know, but Sam Whitelock has been playing, bro.
Who's been playing?
Dog. Yeah, because I think even in 07 he was there. In 07, Sam
But
Whitelock was there. I'm sure he was young, but
he was
he's
young,
been
yeah.
there. So him and Brody, from a lineout standpoint, yeah, I do think they may cause us issues, but I don't think they're as good as our locks. All three of our locks, in Mostard, Archie Sneyman as well, because Archie Sneyman is also incredible, man. Especially his offloading. He's very skilled for for for
Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
for his size. He's one of the most skilled locks I've ever seen in my life. So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think where New Zealand, especially if it's raining, bro. You see, if it's raining, scrum time, eventually, bro, we're gonna dominate them. Maybe first half
Mm.
they'll hold us up. It'll be 50-50, it'll be even. But once we start making our subs, I don't think that they have the depth that we have. That's why you made a very powerful point when you said that we need to be within, touching distance. It can't be more than 7 points. We need to be
Mm.
within 7. And then from a kicking standpoint, Richie Mwanga is a very good kicker.
He doesn't
Um,
miss, bro.
yeah,
He
Mwanga
doesn't
is,
miss.
is up there, bro. He's top 3 in my opinion, in from a kicking
Easily.
standpoint. Yeah, from a
Easily.
kicking standpoint. But I still believe Farrell Farrell, man. I hardly see Farrell miss.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally. Whereas Mwanga, there are some kicks where, especially, he's not a person who kicks from distance as well. He's
Yeah.
usually within 40, which is also a good thing, bro, because should they win a scrum that's near closer to the halfway line, they aren't gonna go for poles. They'd rather go for a line out.
Yeah, sure.
Whereas with us, we have the capabilities of a Henry Pollard who can actually kick from beyond 50.
55.
Yeah, 50 to 55. Whereas Moanga, he's more closer within the 10 meter, 10 from the 10 meters, 10 meter line going forward. That's when he'll be more dangerous. But
Mm.
um, just trying to think as well. Ball carrying as well. I mean, they've got very good ball carriers. Who's this Talea, bro? Hey, Mark Talea is strong.
He's
That guy
strong,
can
bro.
carry the
He's
ball,
strong.
bruh. He
He's
is very,
strong.
very strong. He's got very strong leg power. And I recall when we were watching the game at Twickenham, the Twickenham game, rather.
Yeah.
Mark Telea did score a try that was ruled out, and he scored it because of his ball carrying. He went through 2 defenders and then laid it down. So we also
Yeah.
need to be very mindful of that. We also need to not allow Will Jordan to break Habana's record, dog. Like we need to protect that, bruh. These
No,
guys better
definitely.
make sure that they don't allow this guy to score a try. But yeah, man, as long as it rains with me, then I'll be even more optimistic. To be fair, bro, I think we are better prepared than they are in
In those
alleviating that.
conditions.
And as well, we also experienced. I mean, when we played England, dog, it wasn't
Last week, yeah,
the.
we learned from that.
Yeah, we've learned from that. So it's
We
that, bro.
probably
Because
needed
I
a
was
7-1 start last week as well, bench last week as well, if we're
Yeah,
being honest.
exactly. Yeah, but like I mean, at first we weren't aware. I think maybe Rasi didn't factor in the weather. You know,
Mm.
that's that's something that of course he's also learned from. And so yeah, dude, let's just let's just hope that it pours and we play our forwards, bro. We play the. I hope it's a boring final so that we can win it. Yeah, ideally, if it's boring, we're gonna win it. But if it's not boring, hey
Yeah,
man.
no, I'm sure it will rain. I'm sure it
Yeah.
will rain.
But when are your prediction, bro? How many points do you think the game were in? It's very tough.
Hey,
I know it's a very tough question, bro. Because I also not too sure as to how many points.
I'll say I don't know why I'm
Yeah,
thinking this. I'm just saying 2015 South Africa.
2015. That is that's a fair result, bro. That is a fair result. And yeah, and from a try standpoint, do you think Pollard is gonna kick penalties majority of
Oh,
the
for sure.
time?
For sure.
Um,
I think at
but from
every
mm,
given point we get, especially if we're
yeah,
not chasing the game, we're going for
yeah,
poles. If it's
yeah,
in
true.
if it's in 55 to from the 55-meter range, we're going for poles.
Yeah, yeah,
If we're not
hundred
chasing
percent.
the game. There's no
No,
point in doing other funny business right now. Like,
yeah,
especially if he's striking it properly and he's confident,
yeah,
and and especially if the conditions aren't great. We're
yeah.
not going for the corners. You take every single point opportunity you get in this in finals, bro. Like, no funny business. If you
I know
once you've built
indeed.
up the that scoreboard pressure, or once you kind of have a decent lead, and then maybe you can go for your corners here and there. But yeah, first and foremost, bro, just have points on the board.
Yeah, I know indeed. I also think so, bro. Like to be honest with you, I'm feeling a bit more confident when I factor in the weather because I wasn't really thinking of the weather that much.
Yeah,
But now it's actually making more sense. It's more favorable for us, and
it
to
is
be fair,
favorable.
bro.
It is
Because
favorable.
that's that you see, yeah, man. So yeah, dog, hey, New Zealand, man. Because that for me, it's just ruck speed and running. That's where they excel
That
at the most, you know. And
and
even
once
up and
they get
unders, they're also quite good and under the high ball.
they did
But
well against us,
yeah,
putting us under pressure on the high ball. I think
yeah,
having short wingers is also
ish,
tricky,
dude.
but they not, and it's not because they bad under the air in the air, under the high ball. They're good, but it's just that obviously when you've got a taller person challenging, you're always gonna lose out.
Yeah, hundred
You know,
percent,
and
bro.
the opposition wingers are often taller than ours. So,
Yeah,
I mean, if they deploy the same tactic that France had, or what that we used against France, our wingers would struggle in that situation where we were literally using our locks to challenge for the ball.
yeah,
So that it's smart plays like that. I think that will come in. Also, it is gonna boil down to those scenarios where
yeah,
can the other team handle a situation where um, it's a chip and chase, it's a cross kick, you're putting pressure on the wing, it's a sending the fullback backwards to chase. Those kind of plays will definitely come into play in affecting how the game turns out, because you've in both our games we didn't do a great job of controlling
yeah.
where we're playing the rugby for the most
Mm,
part. And I mean, I think I can't remember the many times we went into England's half, bro. Like, or
Yeah,
we were in
it
the
wasn't a
22.
lot.
It wasn't a lot.
It
So if
wasn't.
we can
They were
control,
playing in our territory.
exactly, if we can control those situations of where the rugby's played, if we can handle the pressure when they do create pressure, can we, be comfortable with the high ball or chasing backwards? Because with these conditions, you try to put that team, you try to live off the other team's mistakes as much as possible, instead
That's
of
so true.
you creating all the work, or creating all the opportunities. And I think I mean, against Italy, I think that's how we scored most of our tries, was putting them under pressure by kicking, and then
Yeah,
going off the mistakes they made from those kicks. So
yeah,
that part of the game becomes even more important when the conditions aren't great.
yeah. No, that's true. That's true. Ah, no, no, no. There you've said a mouthful, bro. I'm not too sure what else to add, bro. Do you perhaps have any other items maybe that you want to add in this discussion, bro? Because I mean, this is just us having a conversation. This is
Yeah.
what I've
Where do
always
you
wanted
think?
for the channel.
Where do you think? Where do you think it puts us? Obviously, I heard other opinions during this
Yeah.
week of who is the greatest rugby nation after this World Cup, because now
Mm,
obviously whoever wins is gonna have 4 World Cups,
yeah.
and
Uh yeah.
it's literally just us in New Zealand, basically.
Yeah, we top two, bro. Top two. So greatest nation.
Does
You know
South,
what?
okay, let me frame it. Let me frame it like this: does South Africa
Yeah.
become the best rugby nation after this World Cup?
Um okay, of course, with us having the most World Cups like Brazil and soccer. I mean, Brazil. But the thing is that okay, with Brazil, they also have an incredible number of elite players under
Mm,
their ranks. For me personally, if I compare my legends, South African legends, with New Zealand legends, ish, that's where it becomes a bit shaky, bro. Because I mean, I'll ask you this: Schalk Burger or Richie McCaw?
that's not a fair one, bro. Come on,
No, no, I'm just saying. You also have to look at what these countries like, especially from a player
Richie
standpoint.
McCaw.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Ma Onanu or Jean de Villiers.
No, no.
See what I'm saying?
But I can
uh,
also flip that.
yeah,
I can also flip that and say
yeah,
Farid Dupree,
and
or
or Aaron
who are you
Smith.
gonna compare? Farid Dupree,
Okay,
bro.
of course, yeah, for real to prayer. Okay, fine. For real to prayer. But I just think New Zealand, bro, if we would do our all-time greatest 11, oh no, 15 rather, they'd have the most players in my opinion.
Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
You don't think so, bro?
No.
You don't think so, dog?
Who's a better lock than Victor Manfield?
Okay, Victor. There he stands alone. Is Victor. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Brian
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Habana.
Okay, Abena is the greatest winger.
We've already
Finisher,
agreed.
rather.
We've
You've
already
already
we've
got
already agreed on
three.
Farid Dupree.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've
But
already
okay,
got
for
three
it,
backline players there. They can have the rest.
three. Okay, let me
Yeah.
think.
They
Yeah,
can have the
yeah,
rest of the backline players. I'll give them that.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
three.
And
Because
then
we're never
forwards.
gonna have a better fly off, right?
Yeah, of course, Dan Carter, bro. Like, yo, Dan Carter
Oh,
was,
sorry, wait. I've given us two forwards. I mean, two backline players. One Victor
yeah,
Matfield. Kieran Reid, definitely
yeah,
at 8.
definitely eight. Yeah,
Uh,
let's think, bro. Uh, Hooker, Kevin Mialamu.
Bismarck.
Hey, Bismarck was a problem. Yo, Bismarck was a
Even Malcolm Marks,
problem.
bro.
Even Marks, actually, bro, fuck it, bro. I say Malcolm Marks, bro, over Bismarck, only
Exactly.
because of and Marks scores tries, bro. He's got the most tries as a forward for our country.
He's a ruck
Yeah,
threat. He
He's
gets
rough
around the
it.
field,
And he wins
carries.
also. Yeah, you're right. Rap
Exactly.
threat carries. Yo, bro. Ass, yeah,
So
no, Malcolm Marks, bro.
that's
Uh,
what
actually, you know what? This is a close one, Luando. Come to think of it, bro. Because even
it's
for
you
locks,
split.
bro,
Yeah, you split a combined New Zealand South Africa team is split, bro.
it's
It's
split.
literally
It's very
dumb.
50-50, bro. Come to
Yeah,
think of it, yeah, when I think of it deeply, it's just that with me, I'm thinking of backline players because I was a backline player. I wasn't
yeah.
necessarily considering the forwards. But yeah,
Mm,
man, of course, dog. I think we will, even in the future, bro. I think when you look at, of course, after this World Cup, there's gonna be a lot of changes within our squad.
yeah.
There's going to also be a lot of changes within New Zealand squad. Like guys like Sam Whitelock most probably going to retire. I think even Brody most probably will make way. I don't see any. They don't have like the depth that we have because we have Abu Moody. Moody
Mm,
still needs to of course be a permanent member of our squad because at this present
so
moment he's still in our B team, but eventually he will
be the
settle
starting.
in and be
Yeah,
the starting. So yeah, bro, like I just feel like the Northern Hemisphere, bro. When I look at Ireland, Ireland have an aging squad, so a lot of them are going to be retired, and so they'll have to start again.
mm,
But France are going to be a problem, bro.
for a
France
while.
for a while, bro. I think France are gonna be a huge problem because their squad is very young.
Yeah.
The majority of them they are in their early 20s, mid 20s. So in the next 4 years, they're gonna be more experienced and more hungry to win this the maiden World Cup. So
So,
yeah, man. Ish, I know you have a point, dog. Like there you hit me, dog. As in I
but
say then.
one thing I'll
Yeah,
give New Zealand over us
yeah,
is obviously they've got way more wins against us
yeah.
than we would do
Way
against
more.
them, and
Yeah.
they're far more consistent in the even between the World Cup years.
Yeah, 100%. Whereas we tend to do well during the World Cup year or the British and Irish Lions here.
Yeah,
That's
and I
where
mean
we usually turn up.
we've had periods where we've like fallen off
Dude,
badly,
yeah. Like
like
Australia bad.
the
No, actually not
Heineken
Australia bad.
Meyer period and the Alistair Coetzee periods
Ooh, yeah,
was
those were
shaky, bro.
nightmare. Because Rassi took over Alistair, nah? Or was it
Yeah,
Hannington? Yeah, it was Rassi who took over Alistair. Yeah. And then
in bad shape, bro. I think we had
yeah,
lost like 57 nil to New Zealand.
dude. Yeah,
Imagine.
and then Hanika Meyer, he also reached the semi-final in 2015, but he didn't win anything. He didn't. Whereas for me, I think Peter de Villiers was the one who was so unfortunate. He just needed a World Cup because Peter de Villiers used to have a very good record against New Zealand, and as
Yeah,
well, I think he's the first coach to win at Christchurch in New Zealand.
yeah.
For I remember, I think it was Ricky
Ricky January,
January. Yeah, I remember that kick, bro. Hey man, I remember
a
that
chip and
try,
chase,
dog.
bro.
That chip and
Yeah,
chase, bro.
I remember
That was
that. I
incredible. I
remember
was
that. It
watching
was
that
epic.
game, dog. I was losing my mind, bro. But yeah, you are right, dog. Like, ish,
I
it's the
think
head
yeah,
to head. Yeah,
yeah, head to head. I think New Zealand obviously, and then obviously just the consistency of their
mm-hmm.
performances. Like you're never in
Yeah,
doubt of how good they're gonna be. Whereas before the Rassi era, yesterday we had some dark times.
yeah, we
Um,
did.
before the Jake White era, we had some dark times.
Exactly.
Um,
Oh three, hey, bro.
dog.
Hey, we were
Before
bad. Yeah, we were bad, bro.
we've dominated in patches where those guys, it's
Yeah,
just yeah.
especially
It-
between 2012 and 15. Oh my days. That was bad, bro. Like it was terrible, fam. It's like you knew that you're gonna catch an L. It's just that by how much. And that's
how
because
much?
it's just because, bro, when you think of the strength and depth that they had, I mean they had Dag at
Dame Henry
that.
was on a tier.
But the thing is that everyone in that team was world class. Dag was like the best fullback in the world.
Yo.
Then they had on the wings Julian
Ben
was
Smith,
Sapia.
bro. Ben
Ben
Smith.
Smith, bro, who for me one of the most underrated. Ben Smith
Ben
was
Smith at
elite
fullback slash
at
wing. Oh
fullback
my god.
slash wing. He was, and then of course Mao Nonu and Conrad Smith. That center pairing, bro. Followed
Killer.
by, of course, Aaron Smith was there. Carter, we know what DC
The
does to
GOAT.
South Africa. I'm sure Carter has like a winning percentage against SA. That guy
Easily.
always chowed us. Him and
Easily.
especially when him and McCoy are fit. Oh my days, it was a
Yeah.
guaranteed L, bro. It was like an L, bro. Like,
Yeah, no.
and then after that, bro, even their forwards, bro, Kevin Mialamu, they had, of
Brody
course,
Retallick,
Brody. They had, of course, White Lock
Kieran
still
Reid.
in his prime.
Oh,
Kieran
Kieran
Reid.
Reid.
Yo,
Aye.
Kieran Reid. And I've met Kieran Reid, bro. I've met Kieran Reid, dude. Ish.
Is he
Man,
big?
it's just that they stole my cell phone that had all the content, bro. Ish.
Oh, shit.
But bro, he's huge, dog. But you know what? I'm also not too bad. As in, as my
Mike.
dog, you know,
Much bigger than
I'm
us.
trying. You know,
Yeah.
I'm trying, dog. It's not too significant, bro. He is taller than me and wider, but it's not significant, bro. To a point where a
Yeah,
mate of mine even
definitely.
commented in the pic, he's like, bro, you are.
Bro, I don't know. I'm just praying we win, man. Like I genuinely think we
Mm-hmm.
have a it'll
Yeah,
probably be the best run any South African team has ever had to finish off this era, because it is an end of an era. We're never
yeah,
going
it
to see the spot
is.
again.
Yeah,
We've had the hardest lead up in terms of the opposition we
rah.
faced in the World Cup.
Yeah,
We, it's our coach is leaving. Half of the like more than half of the squad won't be here again for
mm,
another run. They'll probably stick. Some of them might stick around for the next 2 years, but most
yeah,
of them aren't going to make it to the next World Cup. Quite a few might, you know.
yeah.
But dude, I just wish we win. This is all I'm hoping for. This team, like I know that for the most part, all they've done for the past how many years they've been playing now as a group? It's
Mm,
about six
yeah,
years
four
or
six.
7 years.
Yeah,
All they've done is play for us, and I hope on Saturday they do play for a bit for themselves as well, because they
yeah,
deserve it. Like they deserve to finish on a high. They've
mm,
done so much giving to us, that I really
yeah.
hope for them that they do enough to win, so that they can end it nicely. That's all that I can think of, man.
No, no, no. Indeed, indeed. I echo your sentiments there. I think they will win. Personally, I do fully believe that they will.
Hmm.
Sia is gonna make history. For their brands as well, bro. Like I feel like for their brands, this is gonna make them like they're gonna get paid. You know, I can imagine the amount of money these guys are gonna
That's
get,
gonna be
bro.
thrown at them. One
A
more
lot of
thing,
guys,
bro, before I forget
yeah,
it. Before I forget it.
yeah,
Most importantly, for the rest of the flipping world, man,
yeah,
they've hated us throughout this World Cup.
dude. They did, dude. Like
They
it's
hated
like,
us throughout. They've all been
yeah,
against us. And what's funny is I've seen all of the content, and I'm like, these guys don't understand how much this fuels us. Like, if there's
yeah,
one country who's got haters, we are our biggest own haters, bro. Like,
hey, dude,
our biggest haters are our own people. So them
dude,
hating us like this and wishing for our downfall is really not going to do anything to us. It's actually
it's
going to do
not.
the opposite. Like those people, those guys. You've seen how Rusty's been,
Mm,
galvanizing and like feeding off this energy of being the villain and living off it. I hope they really do that, and just a big
no,
fu to
indeed.
everyone.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I also think so, bro. I think it's just gonna trend. And are they gonna give us a public holiday, bro? I've been hearing through the grapevines that we're gonna get a
I need
public
that. I
holiday.
need that. I
Yeah,
need
same
that.
here, bro. I'm hoping that they place us with a public holiday so that we can just relax. Cause
Yeah.
crying out loud, I am fatigued. I am fatigued. But anyway, Luando Dog, hope to see you next week. Next week we're gonna have a show where we'll be celebrating the trophy, and yeah, we're gonna just recapping on how dope we were over this tournament. And yeah, man, thank you so much for availing
It's a
yourself.
pleasure, bro. Thank you.
Yeah. Guys, please like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. Help a brother out. This is Easy Sport, and we out. Peace.